Hey guys, I'm here with Talia Markham. She's a former Miss West Virginia. She was actually Miss West Virginia last year. She's here. She's going to show us an eye makeup tutorial, a dramatic eye makeup tutorial, and she's also going to show you guys a hair tutorial that works with all face shapes. Right, Talia? Mm-hmm. She was Miss West Virginia last year, and she's just an awesome person. She's just as pretty inside as she is outside. She's awesome and funny, and you're just going to love her. So we're going to get started. I'll also ask her some questions about being Miss West Virginia, and you can put your questions in the comment bar below if you have some questions for her. All right, we're going to get started. Okay, Talia, introduce yourself.
Hi again, my name is Talia Markham. I was Miss West Virginia last year and competed for Miss America in 2010. So I've had a lot of experience with makeup and hair, and am good friends with Sarah and excited to reach out to the rest of the YouTube channel and get to know you guys as well. But I'm going to just show you a dramatic eye, and I know that there's an old myth that you're never supposed to match your eye makeup with your clothes, but things are changing these days with eyeliners being colorful and the eyeshadows being more dramatic, and I'm just going to show you what a dramatic eye would look like if you want to kind of bring out not only your eye color, but maybe a color that you have in a dress or a top that you like, that you think maybe is a little bit boring, but you certainly can dress it up with a makeup look. So we're first going to start with this Mary Kay eye primer. It's just more or less just a little gel that you would put on your hand, just a little bit like this, and then you're just going to put it over the top of your lid and just smooth it in like you would lotion. That's pretty much what it is. It just has a little bit more of a sticky effect than normal lotion would be, and you want to coat both eyes. This eye primer really will keep your eyeshadow in place. It will make sure that it doesn't disappear. There's a lot of women that will come up to me and they will say, by the time that I put my makeup on in the morning, by the afternoon my eyeshadow is gone. It's just seeped into my lid, and this will make sure that it doesn't do that. Also, if you have problems with your eyeshadow creasing and you might get that kind of sheer line in between where you look down and there's just a lot of lines from your shadow, this will make sure that it doesn't do that as well. So I'm just going to add just a little bit more onto this eye. I didn't get it coated as well, but first start with that. I always say if you can prime it, well, it's going to stay on better. Okay, and then we're going to start with this Moonstone. It's just like a clear, very sheer, a very sheer eyeshadow palette, and it's very beigey looking. And we're just going to start with this brush, and as you can see, it's just one of those blending brushes. And you just completely just get it pretty coated on both sides. And then you're just going to go over your entire lid with this, your entire lid with the shadow. And it's just going to create just a little bit of sheer look and kind of grab to that base of the primer. Kind of completely coat your eye. And I always do just a little bit more on the brow bone, just because you want that to stand out a little bit more, and you certainly want to give some definition between where your eyebrow is and where your skin starts. So we're going to do that on both lids.
This color is really pretty. It's not really showing up on the camera, but it is really pretty, shimmery.
And you don't want it to be too white. This is again called Moonstone, and it's not really the color of the moon. It's more like a beigey shimmery, but it's got like gold specks to it. So it just kind of gives you just a little bit of sheen, as you can see. It's not a whole lot. It's not like you're going to see it right up, but when you move into the light, it just gives you just a little bit of shimmer. So we're going to start with that. Then actually, since we're doing a dramatic eye, we're going to start with Mary Kay's Navy liner. It's a pencil liner, and it's again the color of navy. You can see it's pretty much a blue, almost a navy blue. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this really thick around the eye. much more thick than you normally would, just because you really want it to show up well, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Now I am coating the top layer of my lid, but if you do not have much of an eyelid, especially when your eye is open, if you can't see much of the lid right here, then I probably would not coat the top of your lid, just because it's going to close your eye in. It's just going to look like your eye is just a black circle. So it's always best, pretty much everyone can wear it on the bottom, but you never want to go past pretty much right here, right where your eye ends. You don't want to go past there, because it's going to close your eye in. And you always, no matter what face shape you might have, how much weight you might have on your face, you always want to bring the eye up. And if you close this in right here, your eye is not going to be lifted up. So we're just going to continue to coat this just a little bit more. And it does look like a dark black, but when you get up close to it, it is very navy. Very navy. We're going to do that on this other eye as well.
You're good at putting eyeliner on.
Takes me a while. Well, this side's a little thicker than I was wanting it to be, but you can always too line the back end of your eye first and kind of bring that in. If you're kind of worried about doing this and where to start, you can always line the back end a lot better than you can the front. Okay, as you can see, it is very dark, it is very thick, and I'll show you kind of in a little bit why we did it that way. So we started with the liner, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, it's a pretty much the color of my shirt, whoops, it's called Azure. And again, it's pretty much kind of the color of my shirt, called Azure, and we're going to take it and we're just going to coat pretty much the bottom of your lid. Just give it just a little bit of color on that bottom. As you can see, it's kind of showing up a little bit better right there. And again, with a bright color like this, you don't want to bring it into the eye right here. You want to keep that out, because you want your eye always to be moved up. You want to always see that. So you want to not go much past, a little bit to the middle, and just do on the bottom. Now this is great if you're, going to church and you might want to, get real more dressed up for that. If maybe you're going out with your guy or on the town with your girls and you just want a different look. This isn't something that you're going to wear every day, but it's going to be something that kind of goes a little bit with your outfit or kind of the look that you're looking for. Now, we would never leave it like this because this looks very memey. If you're familiar with the movie Drew Carey, this is very memey. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this brown color, and it is called Copper Glow. You probably can't see it.
Show them is that
well, it's not the same. It's not the same, but it's called Copper Glow. It's in a different case, so but it will show up like this pretty much. Very glowing, very coppery, but it does have a little bit of shimmer to it, and you'll see that in a second. Now, what we want to do is anyone can do a crease. All you have to do is you have to look into the mirror and see, where could I maybe create a little bit of height? You just want to create the height, and pretty much what we're going to do is create the height right here in my lid. Anyone can see, where would I want to bring my eye up, and you can create that height right there. Some other people might not have as much of a distance between their brow and their lid, and so they just need to kind of look of, where could I create just a little bit of height whenever I look into the mirror or I'm looking at someone. That's what you're going to want to see, is that height. So we're just going to put just a little bit of color right there and just blend. Just keep our brush pretty much moving in a back and forth motion and create that height. Now you want to bring it down just a little bit. As you can see, there's just a little tiny bit right here, because you don't want it to look like you just put all the color right there and forgot about this inside. Even though we're not coating the inside, you want it to be blended, you want it to look nice. So you blend that, and there is your height. You can see the difference between my brow, then this color, then the blue liner.
Looks pretty.
So, and we'll do this other side as well. And I'll do that same thing, figure out where I'm going to put right on this edge. Create that height in there. And again, this product is called Copper Glow.
All right, now she's back.
Okay guys, we're back, and I'm going to finish up my eye look. And I know that you're probably thinking, well, you're going to put eyeliner on top of eyeliner? Well, that's why it's best to sometimes look at the option of being able to use a colored liner. No one is ever going to be suggested, or I certainly wouldn't suggest it to you, to wear a colored liner then black mascara. That's just not going to look right. But what you can do is you can do exactly what we're doing. Again, as you can see, there's blue liner. And you can do any color that you would want. There's blue liner there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a black liquid liner. It's just a little tiny, as you can see, there's just a little tiny strip right there. It's just real easy to kind of make your line. You can take a black liner or brown, whatever you should want to do, and just do a thin line around your eye that is giving your eye the shape, but yet you can still see where that blue is really accentuated. It's really kind of makes your eye look really powerful. It brings it out. As you can see, the difference between this eye, you know, how much more fuller it looks than this eye. And that's why you would want to do, you know, line just the inside of your eye.
Liquid liner just looks so good.
Yeah.
It makes your eye really pop.
So, actually for my Miss America headshots, I did this exact same thing, and there were people on national message boards that said, I wonder how she got that blue underneath of her eye and then her black eyeliner so well. And this is how I did it. I just really kind of packed on the blue liner, very me looking, and then just coated it in with black. And so it still makes my eye pop. It goes, and blue might not be for you. Purple might be better for you. Maybe even an olive green. Maybe even a color that's like the shirt color or the blue color that we used right here. That might work best for you. You've got to figure out what your eye shape is and what your eye color is that will be best, that will match you best. I certainly couldn't do a brown and hope that that would pop my eye. I would need a blue or a purple or something. So you're just going to have to look at, you know, what would be best. But it seems for everyone, a purple color, a kind of a turquoise color, or a blue color can always pop your eye out with about any color shade. So thanks so much for watching, guys.
Oh, I have a question for you, Talia.
Okay.
Now, contrary to like what people think, like you actually for Miss America have to do your own makeup.
You do.
Even the day of the pageant.
You do. You're allowed to have makeup artists for the preliminary nights. So the 3 preliminary nights where you compete in all phases of competition, you're allowed to have a hair and makeup artist. Now on the final night, they want Miss America to be chosen as she normally would look when she's doing her own makeup and everything. Miss America travels full-time with a traveling partner, but that person never ever does her hair or makeup, doesn't help her with it at all, doesn't get her up ready early for it. She does it all herself, and makeup artists will reach out to Miss America and say, I would love to do your makeup, I would love for this. And on photo shoots, sometimes they'll make an exception, but Miss America's just a very different system where they want their girl to be very, very independent. And so that means that she has to do her own hair and makeup herself. Miss USA is a little bit different of a system. You'll see Farouk Chi products that are sponsored by Miss USA, and Miss USA contestants, they all have their own Chi hair and makeup artist whenever they're there. So it's a little bit different for them, and it's a much more glam organization than Miss America. So Miss America wants their girl to look great and still be very stylish, but be independent as well to know that she can create a really glam look on her own.
Okay, thank you, Talia.
Thank you.